Hi guys, welcome to Cardinal Signs. I hope that you're doing well. So let's take a look at what's coming in here for you for the next week. I'm going to be taking a look at earth, air, fire, and water signs. If you scroll down to the description box, you'll find the timestamp there for your sign. Okay, so I'll be starting off with earth. What can earth signs expect over the next week? Okay, I'm seeing you like stargazing. So maybe this is literal for some of you, enjoying the last bits of summer and just soaking in the stars. But I think for a lot of you, this is more like it's like this sort of daydream energy that's coming through here, and maybe kind of looking forward into the future and thinking about what you want your life to look like. So this is very kind of like far projections into the future, maybe like lofty goals that you're thinking about, maybe things that don't seem like they are realistic even at this time, but you're still sort of like sinking into those thoughts and enjoying kind of daydreaming about them. So that kind of energy is coming in here for earth signs. What else? That mean? Sometimes it's so clear and it just comes right through. For some of you, there's like you're sharing something with somebody and it's something that's very like comforting. I feel like you're doing something that you used to do a long time ago and you haven't done it lately, is what I'm getting. This is kind of like a throwback to the past. This could be an activity for some of you. It's like surrounding like food and families coming up here. This could be some sort of like ethnic dish. This is a very specific message, but some sort of like ethnic dish that means a lot to you that you haven't been able to enjoy lately. And so I'm seeing somebody preparing this dish and then a whole bunch of family members like tucking in and enjoying it. So very specific, but perhaps relevant to you nonetheless. Okay, what else for earth signs? Okay, some of you are getting a warning sign. It's like this built-in warning system that you have. I feel that it's more like intuitive and just like picking up on like your gut instinct. So some of you are wandering off in the wrong direction. Okay, so you're kind of off on a tangent, getting maybe lost down a rabbit hole, and it's not gonna pan out for you, and it's really detracting from where you need to go. And so you're getting this like feedback or this warning sign that's going to help you to kind of pull yourself back in the right direction and get back on track. So be open to that. Open to receiving guidance in whatever form it may come in. For some of you, it's going to be something that you're hearing. It could be a conversation that you're just like pick up on. But something coming through here letting you know that, oh, okay, I'm not on the right track. I need to get back on the right path here. What else for earth signs? Warmth. Getting a lot of like warmth and the need to soak up like these feelings of warmth. This can be surrounding yourself with people who are very like warm-hearted and generous and that kind of energy. So making sure that you have those kind of people around you right now that make you feel very like safe and secure, warm and protected. That's for some of you. For others of you, it's more of like a like soaking up the sun, like literally going out into the sun and like soaking up the last bits of summer is coming up here, really enjoying what there is left to offer of the season for those of you who are in the northern hemisphere anyway. What else is coming up here for earth signs? when I get the same message again, but just in a different way, it makes it like extra important. So again, I'm hearing like wandering away, which was the 2 messages previously, that you've kind of gone off course. But this is a refined message. So for some of you, it's not necessarily a bad thing. However, you have to recognize it for what it is. So you may continue to pursue this, whatever it is, this different path that isn't really necessarily helping you achieve something or in alignment with your purpose. However, it's not negative. You just simply need to recognize that if you choose to continue to engage in whatever this is, that it's not contributing to furthering your goals. Okay, so it's kind of like almost coming up here as a distraction, and you simply need to acknowledge it for what it is. It's okay for some of you to continue to engage in it, as long as you're not disillusioned about what it is that you're doing. All right, final message for Earth signs. I'm hearing going out with a bang. And I'm seeing like people around you, and they're like applauding you or giving you accolades, that kind of thing. But it's some sort of like big, like almost dramatic exit from something is going on. There could be some sort of big celebration that's happening to kind of tie everything together and commemorate the end of something big. For some of you, this could be like a graduation party, something like that. Not that specifically for everybody, but celebrating something that is finished with like this big to-do is coming in here. So hopefully those messages were helpful for you, Earth signs. Moving on now to air. All right, so what's coming in here for air signs? What do air signs need to know for the next week? Mesmerized. Okay, so some of you are mesmerized by something. Now, when I hear mesmerized, what I get from that is there is perhaps an element of illusion to whatever this is, that there's more than meets the eye perhaps, or that it looks better than it actually is. So it can go either way. But basically, you're entranced by something and it's really holding your attention, and that's not always a good thing. I'm going to ask for a clarification on that. Whatever's mesmerizing air signs, what else do they need to know about that? There's a lot of power behind it is what I'm seeing. Okay, so it's helping to point you in the right direction. However, whatever this is not actually like what is going to end up being in your life. So it's grabbing your attention, which is what it's meant to do. It's drawing your attention in the right direction, but it's what's beyond that that's important. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's something that's really going to tug at you, pull at you, but don't get too attached to whatever that is, because it's what's beyond that that's important. Okay, what else for air signs for the next week? What do air signs need to know? Okay, I'm hearing something is coming, and there's some like fanfare coming through with it too. It's like it's being announced to you before you're being presented with whatever this is. For some of you, there's a little bit of not so much anxiety, but it's like this excitement, like a lot of excitement coming through, like your heart beating a little bit faster too. Because you know that this is coming. You're like being told, okay, this is happening. It's coming on X day or X month. And so there's this anticipation and a build up to something. What else for air signs? Okay. For love and romance, what's coming through here is just an emphasis on affection. Of if you're partnered up with exchanging affection with your partner. It's possible that you need more of that right now, or your partner needs more of that right now, but however that looks for you, there is an emphasis on, cuddling and that kind of thing, and just reconnecting on a physical level is coming through. And that will be important for your relationship. What else for air signs? Okay, so I'm seeing some of you doing, like, the way I'm seeing it, it's like you're in an airplane and you're like flying over a situation and you're getting like this bird's eye view of it. And so you're like scoping out the scene, you're seeing what's going on, taking stock is coming through here. So whatever situation this might be, you're going to want to get like a bigger perspective of what's happening and really take stock of what is available to you. And also I think to kind of like direct yourself of where you're going as well. So this is definitely like, it's almost like taking inventory of where you are, what you have going on, and so that you can plan and strategize. Final message for air signs. What do air signs need to know for the next week? I'm seeing a clash. A clash. So some of you may be butting heads with somebody. So just be careful with that. Sort of combative energy coming through. Two people with very opposite opinions, stating them very loudly, loud and proud, and sticking to their guns. Okay, so there's definitely that kind of energy coming through here. So do your best to try to remain calm and level-headed. It's perfectly okay to have different opinions. There's just like this highlight on the importance of respecting how other people feel and not trying to force your opinion on them or allow them to force their opinion on you. Okay, so things can get loud is what I'm seeing. So hopefully those messages were helpful for you, air signs. Have a beautiful week. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you again soon. So moving on now to fire. Fire's next. So what's going on for fire signs? Okay, so some of you are going to have to own up to something. Something has come about or come through. This could be an oversight. It could be an innocent mistake that was made, but there's the need to take ownership of whatever that was, because I feel that it was something that you did or didn't do, and so there's taking responsibility. It doesn't have to be, like a big fanfare or anything like that. It can be done quietly, but the act of you taking ownership for that is really important, okay? They're warning not to throw anybody else under the bus. So just be careful with that if there's any kind of problems that you're dealing with. What else for fire signs? Okay. I'm hearing that there's much, much more. There's a lot more to something than it appears. This could be there's more to do, more than you realized that needed to be done. You may have gone into something with a certain expectation that you needed to do X, Y, and Z, and now you're realizing that there's a whole lot more that needs to be done in order for this to actually be done properly. Okay, so something is way bigger than what you expected. I feel like this is primarily geared towards like a work situation or some kind of project that you're working on. Okay, so what else for fire signs? What's coming up here? Okay. Basically they're telling you to shut up and listen. So there's something that you need to hear. And if you're too busy trying to get your own message across, you're going to miss it. So the advice coming through here is to make sure that you're taking time in your day, especially in interactions with other people, to be the listener. Making sure that you give people the opportunity to express their opinions, and not dominating conversations is going to be really important. So allowing conversations to have an equal flow back and forth. So really try your best. If you don't consider yourself to be a good listener, try to make that a focus for this week, actively listening to what other people have to say, because there's something really important that's going to come through here and you don't want to miss it. What else for fire signs? Okay, there's a message here. This could be related to the previous message. There's something, for some of you it's actually in writing, and for others of you it will come up in that conversation that we were talking about previously. There's a message and it's been pent up or bottled up and it hasn't been expressed. Okay, so there's some sort of pressure building here and release is imminent. So again, you have to be in this space of like allowing and being receptive to receiving some kind of message that really needs to come through. It needs to be heard by you. Again, some of you may be receiving this through written communication, but based on the previous message, I think a lot of you will be hearing this message from somebody else. Okay, so final message for fire signs for the next week. Okay, something is going to be very confusing because I'm hearing pea soup and you're in the thick of things. It's so interesting that this crystal ball enhances my clairaudience. I'm loving that. So something is very confusing. You're very like entrenched in a situation and you're so involved in it. Like you're really in the heart of what's going on. And because of that, you're having a hard time seeing the whole picture. So it's like you have a limited perspective, or there's just so much happening, so much chaos going around you that there's confusion coming up here. Things are getting confused. You may feel that you don't have the clarity or the vision that you need to push things forward in the right direction, and you may find yourself kind of running circles around yourself, trying to break your way through this fog that has descended over you. So a little bit of a challenging week, I would say, fire signs. I think you're definitely going to have your work cut out for you, but it's definitely very satisfying to kind of get through all of that, and it's helpful to know that these kind of energies are coming at you so that you can be prepared for them. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful, subscribe if you haven't already, and I would love to hear if these resonated with you. So have a beautiful week, and I will see you again soon. So moving on now to water signs. What do water signs need to know for the upcoming week? Okay, there's this beautiful energy of tranquility coming through here for you. This is a nice change of pace. The fire signs had so much like drama happening. It was getting me all worked up actually. But you have this beautiful tranquility coming through here for you, water signs. This is like this period of stillness, almost like an opportunity to hit pause and just enjoy the moment. So you'll be given this beautiful moment at some point this week where everything seems magical. It's like time is standing still And all you have to do is enjoy and soak it up. So that is such a beautiful thing to come through here for you. What else do water signs need to know for the upcoming week? Okay, very different message. Some of you are dealing with a hard emotion. It's like a vendetta, or this desire to have your revenge over something or someone. And I'm seeing you struggling with that, because you recognize that this is, it's an emotion that's like lower vibration, and it's not really serving you or uplifting you in any way. And yet you're still feeling that you kind of got the short end of the stick on something, and it just, you're having a hard time swallowing it and just like accepting it, basically. And so you are really going to be working on trying to move through this energy, accept what happened, and make peace with it in a way that feels like you haven't given up more of your power. So that's definitely a challenge to work through for some of you water signs. What else do water signs need to know for the next week? I'm seeing a person coming through here. Now, they're being shown to me like an older man, kind of like a grandfather vibe. This could be a father, grandfather. It could even be like a boss or a mentor, somebody who is significantly older than you, who you really respect. And this person is helping you to feel safe and secure once more. They're giving you reassurance that, you know, something is okay. Basically, that you're okay, and it feels really good. It's like having like this big warm hug coming through here for you. So that's lovely to see that you have that support. What else do water signs need to know? Okay, they're saying get it in writing. So some of you need to write something down to make it more official, and some of you like need to get something in writing, like there's some sort of contract, perhaps. Maybe somebody has promised you something, and it's not enough for them to just say it. There actually needs to be like a written document of what was discussed. So maybe you're getting some kind of work done and you've gotten a quote, and you really need to get that in writing, just as an example. So final message coming through here for water signs for the next week. Okay, so I see some of you really putting your faith in the higher power. There is this sense of surrender and letting what will be. So this is allowing, you know, maybe fate to kind of sweep you along, and knowing that there's only so much that you can do about a particular situation. So it's like having the wisdom to know what you can change and accepting what you can't. So that kind of thing coming into play here. And so what you can't change, you are surrendering up to the divine, to the higher power, and kind of letting that rest there, rather than trying to continue to control that which you cannot. So a lot of stuff going on here for you water signs. So I hope that these messages were helpful. I'd love to hear if they resonated with you. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you again soon.